Today, we're delighted to present an insightful talk as part of our Close the Gap campaign. Reconomy is united by a shared purpose and vision, working in partnership with our clients and the wider community to create a sustainable waste-free world, where resources are conserved and economic growth is achieved through sustainable circular means. This campaign really gets behind this, encouraging everyone to think circular and join our movement to close the circularity gap. As an international business, we have many examples of circularity in action that we are keen to share with you as part of this campaign. And we're here today to put a spotlight on the circularity in the construction sector. Let me pass over to Jamie Roberts, who will be talking us through this today.
Thanks, Alison. Hello, everyone. Today, I wanted to talk about something massive, literally massive, something that shapes the world around us, from the homes we live in to the schools we study in and the roads that we drive on. I'm talking about construction. Now, construction is often seen as a symbol of progress. Cranes in the skyline, scaffolding climbing up new buildings, and the sound of drills and engines. It tells us that something new is being created. But behind that creation, there's a quieter, less visible story, a story of what's being thrown away. In the UK, it's said that construction, demolition and excavation waste accounts for nearly 60% of all waste generated. That's about 120 million tonnes a year, to put more than any other sector. To put that into perspective, that's like filling Wembley Stadium, not once, but multiple times each year. And here's the thing, a large portion of this waste is avoidable. So welcome to our talk on driving circularity in the construction sector. Today, I'm going to talk about the economic benefits of moving towards a circular business model, what it means practically, and how Reconomy can help you on that journey to get you there. So let me begin with an introduction about myself and Reconomy. I'm Jamie Roberts, Divisional Director at Reconomy's leading waste and resource management business. Our team work with clients across the construction, infrastructure and house building sector all over the UK, and we support them in realising a simpler, more financially rewarding way of working by playing their part in the circular economy. We find opportunities to help close circularity gaps through streamlining the way resources and the associated data is managed, whilst optimising the supply chain for our customers. Whilst the adoption of circular principles is still in its early stages within the construction industry, there are promising trends. Companies are increasingly focusing on designing out waste, reusing materials, and reducing their environmental impact through innovative construction techniques such as modularity. And regulation bodies and clients begin to demand greener projects in the industry is also recognising the financial, social and environmental benefits of moving towards a circular model. An important factor that I want to stress today is that bringing in more sustainable and circular practices don't have to be a cost burden. Quite the reverse. Adopting circular principles and business models can make your operation more efficient. The construction industry has long been driven by linear thinking. We take resources, we make products, we use them and we dispose of them. It's a straight line that has typically ended in incineration or even landfill. This model worked, or at least it seemed to, in an era when resources felt infinite and environmental consequences were not so visible. But we don't live in that era anymore. Today, we face resource scarcity, rising material costs, and a climate crisis that demands urgent action. Construction alone is responsible for around 25% of global carbon emissions when you factor in both operational and embodied carbon, the emissions from the materials and the construction process itself. Because every brick, every beam, and every ton of waste represents energy, labour, money and potential that you could quite literally be burying. But here's the good news. Together we can change this. It's called the circular economy, and it's not a dream, it's a reality. And the construction sector is really starting to adopt these circular principles, designing out waste, keeping materials in use and regenerating natural systems. And at Reconomy, we're already well on that journey. So let me talk you through the benefits that can be realised. Cost savings. Reuse and recycling can reduce disposal costs and decrease the need for vehicles, which are often more expensive. We're not just recycling, we're recirculating. Efficiency. Companies can optimise the use of materials, reducing the quantity of new resources needed for future projects. Building value, salvaging materials from demolition for resale and reuse can create additional income opportunities. And then there's designing for disassembly. Instead of bonding materials together in ways which make separation impossible, forward-thinking architects are creating buildings with deconstruction in mind. That means when a building reaches the end of its life, its components can easily be recovered and reused. And finally, regulation. Buildings designed with sustainability from the outset, with durable materials and deconstruction built in, can have a higher market value due to their long-term operational efficiency, reusability, and reduced environmental footprint. Many governments offer tax incentives and grants and other financial benefits for more sustainable building practices, such as green certification like BREEAM or LEED. So there are some fundamental challenges which the industry is facing, and it's difficult to get traction alone. We work with customers to join together many partners and associations to help break some of these barriers down. There are, however, some clear steps you can take to shift your business and operation away from a linear model to one that is more circular, more efficient. Data and insight will be the number one for me. We need better data. Right now, many construction firms lack clear visibility over what they're wasting or why. With smart tracking and digital tools, we can gain real-time insights into material flows, identify inefficiencies, and make better decisions on reuse and procurement. Now, some will say that's not that simple, and they're right. Transforming the construction industry is complex. There are cost pressures, legacy systems, and risk-averse cultures. But complexity is not an excuse for inaction, because the cost of doing nothing is far greater. And here's the opportunity. Managing resources better isn't just about reducing harm, it's also about creating value. Assessing your business, its sites, and its waste production will firstly inform you about where you have leakage, where you have wasted costs, and where there are opportunities for savings. Once you have the visibility, this will support you in making more informed decisions around procurement, and this will lead into the collaboration factor. An important one that the industry often references is fragmented in the nature we work in. But the appetite to come together is promising, and joining with specialist partners or networks can start to move the dial and bring forward innovative new ways of working that pull the industry forwards together. At Reconomy, our network of specialist brands provide services that span the resource lifecycle to deliver an end-to-end solution for our clients. From the ground up, our Eco-efficiency brand helps clients to engineer out cost and deliver operational efficiencies through their market-leading on-site approach to soil testing and materials management solutions. As we face the reality of a skills gap across the construction sector, understanding how education and behavioural change is key to shift the dial, at Webbs we deliver health and safety, construction and waste-related training courses nationally to help our clients to alleviate this challenge. And at Reconomy Connect, we are specialists in the waste and resource sector with over 30 years' experience. We develop comprehensive waste and resource management solutions tailored to the construction sector, helping our clients to handle construction and demolition waste more responsibly, facilitating the collection, segregation, recycling and reuse of materials, ensuring they remain valuable resources rather than a waste. And our national site support team conduct thousands of project visits every year, delivering toolbox talks, identifying opportunities and efficiencies, acting as an extension to our clients' eyes and ears on the ground. This not only contributes to the circular economy, but also reduces costs associated with sourcing new materials. Across our specialist brands, we support with environmental regulation and sustainability standards like BREEAM, helping firms to stay competitive in an increasingly eco-conscious market. And like I said earlier, data is key. By leveraging our digital platforms, construction businesses can track and monitor their waste and resources in real time through tools like our Zero Waste Index. ensuring that every material is put to optimal use. This digital approach allows for better data-driven decision-making, contributing to both cost savings and reduced environmental footprint. And through Valpak, we can unlock opportunities to increase the use of take-back schemes to help our clients close the loop, supporting their supply chain with their extended producer responsibility commitments, and through our packaging consultancy services, help product manufacturers and distributors reduce packaging that is brought to our client's site. That ultimately means our clients also produce less waste on site too. A win-win. So here's a real life example of this model in action with one of our key clients, Balfour Beatty. From purchase to pay, we work with Balfour Beatty in building new futures to embed a data-driven, circular-led model that enhances social and economic benefit in the communities they build in, and utilises a network to drive materials up the hierarchy and see materials as a resource, not as a waste. At the front end, together, we work to implement the waste industry's first punch-out catalogue that interfaces directly with their ERP platform, harnessing technologies to drive better data from the outset. Our site support team provide key boots on the ground, delivering project mobilisations and ongoing advice that drives that circular thinking. This in turn unlocks many opportunities to help increase social impact, working with social enterprises, schools and prisons and other hard to reach groups, and even utilising surplus materials to produce wildlife enhancing structures to encourage biodiverse connectivity. And all of this is underpinned by data-driven insights, helping them to make more informed decisions that drive continuous improvement and achieve more outcomes, delivered together in partnership. So our invitation to you is to come and help us join our movement and close the gap. Imagine a world where every project starts with material inventory, not a demolition plan, where waste is designed out from the blueprint stage, where builders and architects work hand in hand with ecologists, material scientists and data analysts, where buildings are not end products but material banks, flexible, adaptable and ultimately recoverable. This is the future we must build. The future where the construction sector is no longer the biggest source of waste, but a driver for regeneration, innovation and resilience. The construction industry built the modern world. Now this is a chance to rebuild it in a way that respects the limits of our planet, honours the resources that we've been given. Let's stop throwing away value. Let's stop designing for waste. Let's start building smarter, building cleaner and building for the long term. Please scan the QR code to find out more, and thanks for listening.
Thank you, Jamie. That was extremely eye-opening, and it had some really great insights there, really practical ideas for people. Now, for everyone watching, if you've got any questions, please do submit them at closethegap@reconomy.com, or as Jamie says, please visit the website using the QR code. And don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn and follow our hashtag #CloseTheGap. Thank you for watching.